Hey, buddy, what's up? Isn't it a bit late to call someone? Nah, you didn't wake me up. Don't worry, I just got done brushing my teeth, so you had perfect timing. Yes, I'm brushing my teeth at 2 a.m. What about it? I don't have work tomorrow. You're one to talk, considering you called me. Anyways, what did you want to talk about? Ah, I see. And what kind of things have got you all confused? Oh, your sexuality and gender. It's still on your mind, huh? I'm not saying I expected those questions to go away, just I didn't realize it kept you up at night. No, I'm still on the line, just trying to think of how I should go about this. Do you want to vent to me, ask for advice, or what would you like me to do? I'm all up for answering questions. Shoot 'em my way. How do you know? That's a simple question with a complicated answer. There's no surefire way that works out every time for everyone. Hmm. Maybe telling you my story would help a bit? Let's see. It all started back when I was in middle school. Everyone's favorite time to be alive. All the girls were starting to find boys attractive, and the boys were finding girls attractive. Me, though, I was just confused. My emotions were like a thick soup, all mixed together and hard to stir around. Everything was a fog. I really didn't know who I liked. Was I gay, straight, ace, bi? I had no idea. And because of that, I also started questioning my gender. If I didn't like boys, was I a boy? If I didn't like girls, was I a girl? Maybe I was neither. Maybe I was both? What if I was something else entirely? It was all just a blur. I could barely make out my own feelings. The whole experience was so alienating. I pretended to have a crush just because I thought you were supposed to. It's what all the other kids were doing. And the movies acted like love was the only thing teenagers can think about. It was all so confusing, and to be honest, a little scary. That's kinda how you're feeling right now? I'm sorry. It wasn't easy for me, and I know it can't be easy for you. So, yeah. Eventually, I decided to start watching some online videos from gay and trans people, hoping I could somehow find an answer. While I wasn't able to find that from the internet specifically, I did learn a lot about the community and different labels within it. That helped me sift through my thoughts more. I was able to look at certain labels and rule them out because it just didn't describe me. While not a perfect solution, it did make things a bit clearer. Yeah, I'd love to send you some videos. I'll text you a couple links after we're done talking. The next part of the process was thinking. A lot. And I mean a lot of thinking. This stuff takes time to figure out. As much as I wish there was a simple test you could do that just gave out the answer, I'd recommend taking some personal time to think this over. Not so much as to burn yourself out, but dedicate a part of your day to thinking about this. And if it gets too stressful, try taking a break and coming back to it later. I know you've been trying that, and I'm proud of you. You've been a real trooper through all of this. It's good that you're taking steps to figure out who you are, and I'm glad you trust me enough to discuss your feelings. I've got your back all the way. I do have some advice. Maybe information is a better word. I don't know. Here are things to consider when processing all of these emotions. Firstly, sexuality and gender are separate things. There are guys who like guys and girls who like girls. Just because you like one gender doesn't automatically make you the opposite. I know it sounds obvious, but when you get into your own head, it can be hard to separate the two. Trust me, I know. Now, in terms of sexuality, remember that there are more types of attraction than just sexual. Well, there's platonic attraction, like you want to be with somebody as a friend, but no more. There's also romantic attraction, wanting to be all lovey dovey with someone, take them on dates, kiss, that sort of thing. Another type is aesthetic attraction. That means you're attracted to how somebody looks, but not in a sexual way. You enjoy it in a sort of museum art piece sense. Not to objectify anyone, obviously. I just think that's the best way to describe it. There are more types, but those are the main few. It's a little complicated, but there are differences. And hey, you can be attracted to a person in multiple different ways. Maybe you're both romantically and sexually attracted to someone. Or you could be aesthetically and platonically attracted, or any other mix. Just because you like how someone looks or want to be close to them doesn't necessarily mean you're aroused by them. On the gender front, I have another obvious one. Gender roles aren't the way of finding your identity. There are men who like dresses and women who like video games. Stereotypes don't define you. I know you know this, but remember what I said earlier? It's easy to get into your own head. Another thing, you'll hear lots of trans people talking about gender dysphoria, which is when they dislike aspects of being their assigned birth gender. While that is common, not every trans person has it. The most telling sign of being trans is gender euphoria. Being happy or excited about things like being called the right pronouns or being perceived as your identified gender. Just think about how you feel when someone calls you he, she, they, or any other pronouns out there. That will be the most telling of how you identify. I eventually figured out myself by doing all this stuff. Thinking, watching the LGBT plus videos, thinking, remembering these bits of info I learned, more thinking, even more thinking. Sorry, but that really is the short of it. I had to think, and eventually I knew who I was. It sounds a lot easier when I say it out loud. This will be tough, but I guarantee that what you're going through right now is the hardest part. Once you've discovered yourself, everything else becomes, well, not a cakewalk, but you'll be more confident. I promise. Before you hang up, I want to say one more thing. You don't necessarily have to put a label on how you feel. For example, you can know that you're attracted to guys without calling yourself gay, straight, or anything like it. At the same time, you can know you like they them pronouns without considering yourself non binary, agender, etc., etc. Labels are an option, not a rule. If you simply feel better without putting a label on your feelings, that's just as valid as those who do. This is your identity. Nobody gets to tell you how you feel. Don't thank me, buddy. I understand what you're going through. It makes me happy knowing that I can pass my knowledge on to someone else who might need it. Just remember that no matter what you end up discovering about yourself, the outcome will be good. If you find that you're LGBT plus in some way, shape, or form, then good. If you find out that you don't want to put labels on yourself, that's also good. If you end up realizing that you're cis and straight, that's just as good. No matter what, you will come out of this knowing more about yourself than you did before. Glad I could help. Now, is there anything else you want to ask me before I send you those videos? Alright, keep pushing through. I know you'll look back on this time and smile because of what it led to. Good night, buddy. Try to get some sleep, alright? Talk to you soon.